Google's rise to dominance was nothing short of meteoric. It may just seem like a search engine, but at the time of their introduction, there were many competitors in the field. Google focused on user experience, better results, zero ads, and a new way to monetize the results other than using ads and banners. Bill Coffran, the Senior VP of Engineering, joined in 2003 a team of 1,000 people to build Google's engine room, housing all of the systems and equipment allowing for Google and the public to use its many services 24/7. The work they were doing was new, so when a problem happened, they couldn't use old methods to fix them. They had to create new ones. Building the next generation search engine meant building the next generation system, and then continuously improving it. Their near impossible task was to create a new engine room while simultaneously refining the current one. Coffran had to build an organization capable of innovating continually over time. His role was to build a community that was willing and able to generate new ideas freely. Coffran sought a way to link leadership and innovation. The conventional views wouldn't be possible since it involved direction-setting leadership when a solution to a problem is known and straightforward, but all of the problems Coffran's team faced called for a truly original response. The question then became from, how do I make innovation happen, but rather, how do I set the stage for it to happen? Innovation requires a different kind of leadership. The rhetoric of innovation is often about fun and creativity, but in reality, innovation is hard work and can be very taxing, both emotionally and intellectually. In fact, innovative problem solving may feel unnatural and even dangerous in many organizations if the leaders are not skilled. Companies need 3 organizational capabilities to innovate: creative abrasion, the ability to generate ideas through discourse and debate; creative agility, the ability to test and experiment through quick pursuit, reflection, and adjustment; finally, creative resolution, the ability to make decisions that combine disparate and sometimes even opposing ideas. To solve the problems of Google's increasing complexity, Coffran had 2 teams working different solutions to create a new storage system. One group wanted to add new systems to enhance the storage capabilities, a group named Bigtable. The other believed Google's needs were so different that they needed a completely new system. Their team was named Build from Scratch. Each of these 2 groups was given as much freedom as possible for the engineers to brainstorm, while also keeping the reins in enough to prevent degenerating into chaos. He avoided giving directions and instead asked penetrating questions to inject tension and intellectual reality to drive debate. Coffran used creative abrasion by setting up review meetings as forums where ideas were put to the test. He encouraged both teams to grapple seriously with the apparent limits of their systems. 2 key ingredients necessary for creative abrasion are intellectual diversity and intellectual conflict through open discourse, questions, and challenges. Both teams were pushed to pursue new ideas quickly and proactively with multiple experiments. He expected them to reflect on and learn from the outcomes and also to adjust their plans and actions on the basis of the results. By repeating this cycle and incorporating this new knowledge, they achieved the 3 required phases of creative agility. After 2 years and insufficient results from either team, yet a slightly more viable solution from Team Bigtable pushed their system to the top. To prevent a top-down decision, Coffran forced both teams to run their systems and be on call for issues. When the Build from Scratch team realized their system's limitations, they knew their system wouldn't work. Coffran knew that their improved system built by the Bigtable side would only last for a few years before it became obsolete again. To prevent a mindset of winners and losers, Coffran invited the Build from Scratch team onto the next project, which had a key role in developing ideas for the next generation system. By making the 2 teams decide whose system was better and involving both for the next project, Coffran created an excellent environment for innovation. Doing these steps, he fostered a community to be capable of innovating time and time again. If a team leader tries to pull rank, then they are stifling a team's passion and misusing their talents. Consider the problem Google had above. Their storage system needed to be improved, which means technical challenges. The leader of that team instead chose to focus on the issue as a people challenge. Coffran understood that being a leader was not about directing and deciding in this instance. It was to create a collective genius, which was absolutely crucial for Google's early years to expand and sustain innovation. Great leaders of innovation don't see themselves as take-charge direction setters, but as creators of a context in which others make innovation happen. We should let them take roles that put their skills on display and provide them with the experience and the tools they need to both unleash and unharness the individual slices of genius around them. Collective Genius is an article published in June of 2014 by Linda Hill, Greg Brando, Emily Truelove, and Kent Lineback for Harvard Business Review.